There is a dangerous game that almost everyone plays. A game where nobody wins. It begins with a simple question. Am I doing better than the people around me? At first, it seems harmless. You notice your neighbor bought a new car. A friend posts pictures from an expensive vacation. Someone you went to school with announces a major career achievement. And suddenly, without realizing it, you start measuring your own life against someone else's highlight reel. You begin thinking, maybe I'm behind. Maybe I should be earning more. Maybe I should have a bigger house. Maybe I need to upgrade my lifestyle. But there is something most people forget. You are comparing your complete reality to someone else's carefully selected moments. You see the luxury car. You don't see the 7-year loan. You see the vacation photos. You don't see the credit card balance. You see the expensive house. You don't see the financial pressure required to maintain it. Comparison creates a dangerous illusion. It convinces people they are failing because they don't own things they were never truly trying to own. And this is where many financial mistakes begin. People don't always buy things because they need them. Sometimes they buy things because they want to send a message. A message to friends. A message to family. A message to strangers. A message that says, I am successful. But the problem is that success based on appearance requires constant maintenance. Because once you start living for other people's approval, there is no finish line. There will always be someone with a bigger house, a newer car, a more expensive watch, a more impressive vacation. You can spend your entire life trying to win a competition that nobody officially created. The wealthiest people understand something important. Status is expensive. Freedom is priceless. The person trying to look rich often sacrifices the very thing that would make them rich. They exchange financial security for temporary recognition. They trade flexibility for appearances. They trade peace for comparison. Meanwhile, financially successful people often make decisions that look strange from the outside. They drive older cars. They wear simple clothes. They live below their means. Not because they cannot afford more, because they understand something most people don't. Every dollar spent proving yourself is a dollar that cannot build your future. Imagine two people receive the same $20,000 bonus. Person A immediately upgrades. A luxury vacation, designer clothing, a new electronic device, a more expensive vehicle. 6 months later, the bonus is gone. But the memories fade quickly. Person B makes a different decision. They invest the money. They build an emergency fund. They purchase something that increases their future earning ability. 5 years later, the money has multiplied. The first person bought a temporary feeling. The second person bought permanent options. Neither choice was about intelligence. It was about priorities. The question is not, what can I afford today? The better question is, what decision will my future self thank me for? Because your future self is the person who experiences the consequences of every financial decision you make today. Most people think money is their most valuable resource. It isn't. Your attention is. Because your attention determines what you learn, what you notice, what opportunities you recognize, and ultimately, what decisions you make. Look at the modern world. Every company wants a piece of your attention. Your phone, your television, your email inbox, social media platforms, advertising, entertainment. Everyone is competing for the same limited resource, your focus. And many people unknowingly spend their most valuable asset on things that provide no long-term benefit. Hours disappear scrolling. Days disappear consuming. Years disappear reacting. The problem is not entertainment. Rest matters. Enjoyment matters. The problem is when consumption replaces creation. When watching replaces learning. When reacting replaces planning. People who build wealth usually understand the power of focused attention. They ask, what deserves my energy? What activities move me forward? What information improves my decisions? This does not mean they work every second. It means they are intentional. They know that scattered attention creates scattered results. A person who spends years distracted will struggle to build anything meaningful. Because meaningful results require concentration. A successful business, a valuable skill, a strong investment strategy, a healthy relationship, all require the same ingredient. Time focused consistently in one direction. Think about a farmer. A farmer cannot plant seeds randomly across every possible field and expect a great harvest. They choose the right land, prepare the soil, plant carefully, protect the crops. Wait, wealth works the same way. Your attention is the soil. Your habits are the seeds. Your results are the harvest. But many people constantly dig up their own seeds. They start learning a skill, then quit. They begin investing, then stop. They start a business idea, then abandon it. Not because they lack potential, because their attention is constantly being redirected. The wealthy mindset is not about doing everything. It is about doing the important things consistently. This is why successful people often appear boring. They repeat simple actions. They read. They learn. They invest. They exercise. They plan. They avoid unnecessary distractions. From the outside, it may look ordinary. But ordinary actions repeated for years create extraordinary outcomes. The secret is not complexity. The secret is consistency. Most people think the purpose of money is to buy things. But the greatest value money provides is something much deeper. Choice. Money gives you the ability to choose. To say no. To walk away. To change direction. To protect your time. Imagine waking up tomorrow knowing you don't have to accept every opportunity. You don't have to stay in a toxic workplace. You don't have to tolerate unfair treatment because you need the paycheck. You don't have to make every decision based on immediate survival. That is what financial freedom actually means. It is not about owning everything. It is about needing very little to feel secure. Many people chase money because they want more things. But eventually, the smartest people realize they were chasing what money represents. Freedom, control, peace, time. A person making $500,000 per year but trapped by enormous expenses may have less freedom than someone earning $80,000 with controlled spending. Income creates possibilities, but expenses determine independence. This is why lowering unnecessary expenses can be one of the most powerful financial strategies. Not because spending less is automatically better, but because every expense creates a requirement. Every monthly payment says, "You must continue earning enough to support me." A large lifestyle creates invisible chains. A simpler lifestyle creates invisible opportunities. Think about a person who needs $8,000 every month to survive. Their job is not optional. Their income is a necessity. Now imagine someone who only needs $3,000 per month. They have choices. They can accept a lower-paying opportunity. They can start something new. They can take time away. They can recover from setbacks. The difference is not just money. It is freedom. This is the ultimate shift in thinking. Stop asking, "How can I afford a more expensive life?" Start asking, "How can I create a life that requires less from me?" Because the goal is not to become someone who owns everything. The goal is to become someone who cannot be controlled by anything. And that is the hidden secret behind lasting wealth. The richest people are not always the ones who have the most. They are often the ones who need the least to feel complete.